Mark Rolfing is nice enough to join us to talk about an event he'll be covering in a little more than a year here at Hazeltine, the Ryder Cup. Welcome to Minnesota, but I'm sure you've been here many times before.
I have, but never in this booth, and I am happy to be here.
Mark, thank you.
Big baseball
This is an
fan.
honor to have this trophy with us.
Well, this is really an iconic trophy in sports, not just golf. 1927 was the first Ryder Cup, and you know, Europe has the cup. They've won the last 3 Ryder Cups. They loaned it to us to come to Minneapolis for a couple of days, and now we got to send it back.
What do you attribute the success of this event to? Because it's, you know, golf is an individual sport, but yet in team competition, the U.S. against Europe, it seems to be mushrooming in popularity.
I think the Ryder Cup has become probably the second most important golf tournament in the world after the Masters. And it's primarily because the Ryder Cup generates a rooting interest.
Nice stop by Bogarts in the hole, and Poof will get a base hit.
But just like the fans here tonight have a rooting interest, you're either rooting for the Twins or you're rooting for the Red Sox. In the Ryder Cup, you know, you're rooting for Europe and you're rooting for the U.S. And typically in golf, you don't have those kind of rooting interests. And I think it hasn't hurt that America's lost 3 Ryder Cups in a row. So I think that has actually helped the popularity.
Now, you mentioned, Mark, that it started in 1927. It was the United States against Great Britain. Up until, what, 1979, I think, was the first Europe team put together?
That's correct, yeah. And Jack Nicklaus had the idea, why don't we make this thing competitive and bring in all of Europe? And now there are a lot of people ruining that decision and saying maybe the U.S. ought to bring in Asia or Australia or something.
Now since 1927, the U.S. has won 25.
Yeah, but Bert,
the 40 matches?
Yeah, but Bert, they've won 2 of the last 11. So really,
I'm thinking on the positive side.
I understand. So do you think the U.S. can win the Ryder Cup back at Hazeltine here in a year and a half?
Well, we hope so. Hazeltine's a beautiful golf course. And, you know, the great people here in Minnesota will get the honor of watching the Ryder Cup. You know, last year I had 20 golfers from Fort Myers, Florida that came in and played Hazeltine because they knew the Ryder Cup was coming in 2 years, and I know a lot of people do that. They want to play the course, so when they watch it in 2016, they say, I remember that hole. You know, I
got an 8 on that hole.
Well, you know, if Clay Buchholz wasn't pitching out there, he would probably be up here talking Ryder Cup. He's a big golfer. So many of the baseball players are.
Suzuki drives it hard to left field, but Ramirez at the last instant has to leap and pull it down. That ball nearly beat him to the wall.
You know, one thing golf has always been, I think, you know, for a baseball player, it's great activity, but I think a lot of baseball players are very good golfers.
They really are, especially the pitchers. I've played a lot of golf with the Atlanta guys, with John Smoltz, Tom Glavine, and Greg Manitz, and of course Bobby Cox was a player's manager, and he used to let those guys play the day before they pitched consistently. And you know, you don't see that happening so much now, but I tell you, I have become a transplanted Twins fan after taking the Ryder Cup down to the clubhouse today and seeing how many golfers you have in there.
Well, Aaron Hicks is a great golfer. Joe Mauer's an accomplished golfer. There's the Ryder Cup. Wayne Boyer, Tim Stauffer coming over to take a look. Ryan Dunsing. The Ryder Cup, 41st Ryder Cup, September 27th through October 2nd of next year, 2016, at Hazeltine National Golf Club in Chaska. 1-0 to Escobar.
Mark, who comes up with a format that actually set up, you know, each day? And what is it, 3-day event?
It's a 3-day event. It goes really fast. It's a blur because there's 2 sessions of matches on Friday, 2 on Saturday. They start at dawn, they end at dusk, and they play team competition in pairs the first 2 days. Sunday is the signals. There's a total of 28 points. And, you know, even though Europe has won 3 in a row, if you take a look at the total points, it's been pretty close over those matches. So
fumbled by Pedroia, and Escobar will reach with Plouffe going to second. First and second, one away.
Well, Twins get a break right here with Napoli, the first baseman, going after the ball. Pedroia going in. It's the pitcher Buchholz that gets over there, but the ball fumbled right there by Pedroia. It should be an error by Pedroia. And it is Pedroia with his 4th error of the year. Very steady at second, but he commits an error there to put runners at first and second.
25th error for the Red Sox. The Twins have committed 26.
Any idea who the captain's going to be, and when will they name?
They have named the captain.
Oh, they
so
have.
the U.S. captain is Davis Love, and the European captain is Darren Clark. 2 really good guys. They'll be good captains. The players love them. And I just think, you know, when you take a look at what is going to happen out there at Hazeltine, forgetting golf, I think it'll really be one of the great sporting events that Minnesota has ever seen. It's going to be a phenomenal event out there.
Well, Hazeltine's had the U.S. Open there before, and
PGA.
I think they'll be shocked at how much bigger the Ryder Cup is today than the U.S. Open is even. And the one thing about the Ryder Cup, there's only 4 groups on the course at the same time. So if you've got 80,000 people out there, you're going to have 20,000 people with each foursome, and it has a big feel to it. And again, there's much more of a rooting interest going on.
Well, the demand for tickets has exceeded the available inventory typically, so individual tickets can only be purchased through an official random selection conducted by the PGA of America. And if you'd like ticket information, you can find it at www.rydercup.com/USA2016. So write that all down, and if you want to witness the best golfers in the world at Hazeltine, that's how you can explore getting tickets. Again, the event is September 27th through October 2nd of 2016.
Mark, a lot of people don't know about the Ryder Cup. Okay, I do, but tell us how many. There's a base hit to right field.
Blue for round 3rd. He's going to be held with Castillo already having a reputation of having a great arm. So the bases now are loaded with 1 down for Aaron Hicks.
Ball hit very sharply. Castillo not playing very deeply. Charges that ball very well. Rosario picking up his first hit. How many members on each team?
There are 12 members on each team, and only 8 members play in each session from a team. So one of the interesting dynamics of the Ryder Cup captain is having to sit down 4 of his players in each one of those sessions, which always becomes a pretty big deal. At the last Ryder Cup, Phil Mickelson sat down and didn't play at all on a Saturday for the first time in Ryder Cup history.
Hicks off the end of the bat. He bounces into a double play to wrap up the bottom of the 4th inning. Great chance to add to the lead, but it doesn't happen. Mark, thanks for stopping by, and I assume we'll see you frequently between now and the end of next year. All right.
Yeah. You're going to see me in a minute. I'm going to steal this thing.